Okay, morning everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Okay, believes some of you guys did notice some of the articles, newspaper or any sharing about digital tax. Okay, so I've just finished read the guides on this digital tax. I'm going to brief accounting collections and those who want to listen together. Okay, so what is this digital tax about? It's actually service tax. Okay, but digital on digital services, and it has been actually announced during budget 2019 that this digital service tax will be imposed with effective from 1st of January 2020. Okay, the effective date will be 1st January 2020. So this digital service tax will charge and levy on any digital service provided by a foreign service provider, okay, to any consumer in Malaysia. I repeat again, digital service tax means that it is a service tax 6% levy on any digital service provided by any foreign registered persons, okay, to any consumer in Malaysia. I will explain in more details for these definitions. Understand? So it is not a new tax, but it's actually service tax 6%, but on digital service. Okay, anyone know what is the service tax that we charge for foreign services for current practice before this digital service tax? 有谁知道吗? What is the tax applicable for the services provided by foreigner now? Other than withholding tax? Okay, that's actually if there is any business who import taxable service into Malaysia, they need to account service tax 6% by themselves through reverse charge mechanism. Meaning, for example, today, let's say I acquire a advertising service from foreigner suppliers into Malaysia. Okay, so I need to actually pay 6% service tax to custom, even I didn't register any sales tax and service tax. This is the current practice.
You mean like Facebook company?
For like Facebook, yes, because it's foreign advertising or any other taxable service, the 26 taxable service. If you acquire from foreigner, okay, you need to self-account 6%. If you acquire from local, it depends on the supplier got registered service tax or not. Okay, understand? So this is actually to create a fair competitions between local and foreign suppliers. Okay, so I continue. For this digital service, it means that it is any service that is delivered or subscribed over the internet or other electric networks, okay, only through internet, okay. And the foreign service provider means that any person who is outside Malaysia providing any digital service to a consumer, okay, who is outside Malaysia, okay, or in operating an online platform for buying and selling goods and or provide services, meaning this person is outside Malaysia and they provide services, digital services in Malaysia, okay. Then consumer means that they are any person who fulfill any. Later I will the details I will share in group later. I mean the guides. You guys just listen to my explanation and raise question if you got any. Okay. Consumer means that any person who actually fulfill these two conditions. First, make payments for digital service using credit or debit facility provided by any financial institution in Malaysia. Second, acquire digital service using an internet address registered in Malaysia. Okay, means that they make payment through debit card, credit cards or any facility by any bank in Malaysia, and they acquire these services through internet. Okay, and they are stay in Malaysia. Okay, and this digital tax is also applicable to individual in special area and designated area. Designated area means that Langkawi, Labuan, Tioman. Special area means that those like the LMW, license manufacturing warehouse, okay, and so on. Okay, you guys can go to Google what is special area. Okay, next, what kind of services considered as digital services? Okay, before I continue, I just want to let you guys know that this is knowledge for you guys, and it is not applicable in any company in Malaysia, meaning that none of your client will going to need to register this digital tax. unless we got any overseas client, but we don't have at this moment that providing digital service. So it's for your knowledge, and also you need to know what is the impact towards business in Malaysia. Okay, and also when client asks you, you know how to explain. Okay, like there's one client whose order, they ask us, oh, what is this about? Okay, so you guys need to have this knowledge. Okay, what is the services that consider as digital service? First, software, application, and video games. Okay, for example, like those any software in I cannot think of any software at this moment. Okay, as long as it's software. Okay, next. Second, music, ebook, and film, like Netflix. Okay, and music is the what do you call already? iTunes. Yes, iTunes and etc. Spotify. Okay, music. Okay, ebooks or film. Okay, those music.
Just now the software, can it be like those convert YouTube into video ones? Is it the software that we download that one consider software or not?
Consider if they are charging money, then need to pay they need to register, no? If they exceed the threshold. Okay, because those converters, some is free one, then there is no tax also. Okay, third, advertisement and online platform. Okay, advertisement and online platform. For example, online platform is like those platform, for example, Airbnb. Okay, because they are providing advertising service to the host to list their house in Airbnb. So this is considered as an online platform, or those online selling place like Amazon, okay, and etc. Okay, then advertisement like Facebook, Google's ads. Okay, then next, search engine and social networks. Search engine is like Google. You can actually pay them to get your company being listed at the top. Okay, showing as a premium search. Okay, database and hosting, internet-based telecommunications, online training. Okay, online training means, for example, webinar. Okay, that is someone who actually, for example, teaching how to perform a full set account at New Zealand. So he sell actually online training. So you buy in Malaysia, if they exceed the threshold, they need to register and charge you service tax. Okay, webinar. Okay, and also internet-based telecommunication and others. Okay, they reserve for others. Okay, so all these above are fall under the definition of digital services. There are 8 of them. Okay, next, the following is not considered as digital service if the service can be obtained without the use of IT. Again, if the provision of service can be obtained without the use of IT, it is not considered as a digital service. So for example, Jackie asked his favorite singer Jay Chou to perform the song during his wedding event. Okay, so Jackie pay the singer Jay Chou will come to Malaysia to perform the singing. So there is no any use of IT in these circumstances. So no digital service tax, but there will be imported services, imported service tax. Okay, need to pay. Okay, by Jackie. Okay, this is not fall under digital service tax. And if the service is transmission through email, it is also not subject to digital service. For example, today, okay, there is one company. Okay, but for example, Calix is doing architecture company in Malaysia. So we are providing architect services. So we actually request a designer from New Zealand to provide a drawing service to us. So they actually send the drawing through email to us for the final outcome. So this service is not fall under these digital services through email. Okay, it must be something that you can actually direct make payment and platform and the services is transmit through online to you. Okay, if it includes human intervention, then it is not considered as digital service. Okay.
Then saying so, your example for the first one and the second one, there will be imported services, right? So imported services also at 6%, where imported services and digital tax will be only, and we only pay one, right? As a consumer.
As consumer, if you have paid digital service tax 6%, you can exempt yourself from paying imported taxable service. Okay. Then next, who is considered as foreign service provider? So foreign service provider, so-called FSP, is a person either business or individual. So it can be business, it can be individual that outside Malaysia who provide digital service to consumer in Malaysia. So FSP includes who they selling digital products directly, okay, means they sell themselves, they place on their website or any channel, okay, or they sell digital products indirectly through intermediaries such as online platform. For example, I sell my I'm at New Zealand, okay, I sell my webinar at Amazon.com. So that is e-products. So I sell to online platform. It is also subject to digital service. Okay, it can be sell directly or sell indirectly through online platform. Okay.
Hidden. So
Yes.
use back your example where you are from New Zealand, but you put up your e-product in Amazon. So in this case, Amazon will need to charge you for 6% for digital tax, and also you will need to charge consumer for 6% for downloading your webinar.
Amazon only charge me because I'm in New Zealand. Just now the example, I say I'm in New Zealand. I'm not in Malaysia. So Amazon no need charge me.
So assuming that you are in Malaysia,
If I'm in Malaysia, then yes, Amazon will need to charge me
the 6% digital tax.
for advertising on their service and on their website.
Okay, then you will also need to charge 6% to consumer who downloading your webinar.
If I advertise through online platform, I'm in Malaysia, then I no need charge because I'm not at overseas. Okay. Then who is considered as consumer in Malaysia? Just now I'm explained digital services. I've explained FSP, and now it's on the consumer in Malaysia. So consumer in Malaysia means that any person who fulfill any two of the following: first, make payment for digital service using credit or debit facility provided by any financial institution in Malaysia. Second, acquire digital service through using an internet protocol address registered in Malaysia or an international mobile phone. So means that they acquire digital service from website, okay, internet, and they are consumer resident in Malaysia. Okay, so why need to know the definition of consumer in Malaysia? Because the FSP need to determine whether he or she should charge digital service tax or not. If the consumer didn't fulfill the conditions or the criteria, the FSP doesn't need to charge the digital service tax 6%. Okay, so in determining whether consumer is resident in Malaysia or not, the FSP may consider informations from the consumer as following. First, when we purchase something from internet, we need to fill out our building address, right? Okay, and also we need to fill out our home address and also our country selections, so they can determine whether they are in Malaysia using these three criteria when they fill up the purchasing information. Okay, so the foreign service provider need to determine the consumer whether in Malaysia or not by using these criteria. Okay, these three. Okay, next. Okay, the threshold for this is 500,000. Okay, same as the service tax. Okay, common service tax service. Okay, so it is also same with other service tax. Once within 12 months, okay, your sales is your digital service charged to consumer in Malaysia more than 500,000, this FSP need to register service tax. Okay, it can be historical method, means for current month and the past 11 months, and future method, current month plus the following 11 months. Okay, once these 12 months they've exceeded 500,000 for any digital service provided to consumer in Malaysia, then they need to register for service tax, digital service tax. And currently the portal has been open since 1st of October. Okay, you can see on the announcement, okay, where on that is one is service tax on digital service registration. So if you click in, you can see the registration link here already. Okay, you can register through custom website. The portal has been open.
So the registrations will be only for those foreign digital service supplier providers?
Only for foreign service provider. Like what I highlighted earlier, this will not going to applicable to any of the business in Malaysia unless they've got business in overseas. Okay, so how to determine the turnover? Because now it's 500,000, so you need to determine whether the 500,000 is for what services. Like what I explained just now, if you are a foreign service provider, it is all the value of all the digital service made to consumer in Malaysia. So you need to know what is digital service, like what I explained just now, those software, music, ebooks, and etc. And you need to know whether is it the consumer in Malaysia. Okay, so if for online platform operator, okay, means like those Amazon, Airbnb, so it is the value of all digital service made by online platform operator to consumer in Malaysia. Okay, for example, I take Airbnb, so it includes the charge from Airbnb to host. Okay, the Airbnb will charge host 3% when the host manage to get any booking. Okay, so 3% to any consumer in Malaysia consider in this taxable turnover. Second, all the taxable all the value of digital service that make to consumer in Malaysia, oh sorry, Airbnb is not a good example. Amazon and online training. Okay, Amazon will charge me as a online trainer for the advertising service. Okay, that I put my advertising service on Amazon, so they will charge me advertising service fee. Then me providing online training to consumer in Malaysia, so my turnover also considered in the taxable turnover. Understand or not? Meaning again, the turnover from Amazon to the online trainer, and plus the online trainer to the consumer. Okay, for all the taxable service, all the taxable digital service. Okay, why Airbnb not a good example? Because the host rent to a consumer in Malaysia is not a digital service. Okay.
Hey, then what about if it's applied to products like Taobao?
Products, no. Product is not a digital service.
Oh, okay.
Product is not a digital service. Taobao will charge service charge to the seller, but seller doesn't need to charge 6% service tax because product is not a digital service.
But then the services that Taobao provided to those
seller,
they will Taobao still need to charge a 6%.
Yes, if it is a consumer in Malaysia. Okay, consumer can be business or individual. Okay, next for the registration. Okay, now the early registration program is already start from 1st of October. So any FSP who provide digital service to consumer in Malaysia, they shall register before 1st of January. Okay, and they shall start charging since 1st January 2020 for the digital service tax. Okay, so cancellation if they have stopped providing digital service, or they have actually ceased their business, they need to deregister themselves, okay, from this digital service tax. Okay, and they also need to issue the invoices according to the format. Okay, later you guys can have a self-read. Okay, accounting basis and the taxable period. The taxable period is not bi-monthly, it's on quarterly. Okay, the taxable period for digital service tax is on quarterly, but for service tax on local is bi-monthly, every 2 months once. But for digital service tax is on quarterly. Okay, following your year end. Okay, means if your year end is on December, then it's going to be January, February, March, submit on April. Okay, so different taxable period. Okay, then same for local service tax, they need to submit the return through online. Okay, and they can pay through online and can pay through foreign bank also. And penalty also apply. The duty to keep record also apply, 7 years. Okay, transition rules. If for example now I subscribe Netflix since July 2019 until June 2020, so has been overlapping the period already, because digital service tax is implemented start from 1st of January 2020, so half year. So no matter invoice issue already or not, no matter payment received already or not, the second half since 1st of January is subject to digital service tax. I need to account back to custom. Okay.
So from the digital tax registration person, if let's say they are not able to collect the money back from their customer, they will still need to self-account. accounted for the 6%?
So digital service tax is also on payment basis. It is also on payment basis. They need to account doesn't mean that they need to pay yet.
Meaning that if they already received the 12-month subscriptions from their customer where without charging the 6%, means for the second half. So but
they need to self-account.
Okay.
They need to self-account.
Can they make it as like a inclusive method?
They should be. They didn't explain really clearly, guys. Okay. Okay, then so far any question? Almost come to the end. Any question that you guys don't understand? For those newbies, if you don't catch my ball, just go to ask your supervisors for further explanation on me. Okay, I summarize again. Let me summarize again. First, how does the service tax on the digital service work? So it's going to be service tax charged on any digital service provided by a foreign service provider and to consumer in Malaysia. Okay, so how to become a foreign registered person, which is a foreign service provider? As long as they provide digital service to consumer in Malaysia and having sales turnover for 12 months for 500,000, they need to register. Okay, then how to submit return and make payment through online through the form of DST02. Okay, local is SST02 and digital service tax is DST02, and make payment via electronic. Okay, or any facility offered by the payee bank. So okay, what exchange rate should be used if they sell digital service to a consumer in Malaysia using foreign currency? For example, my Netflix account is charging US dollar. So what is the exchange rate? There is no specific exchange rate specified by custom. They can use any rate they prefer. Okay, they mention like that. Okay, is there any service tax exemption under the provision of service tax on digital service? No, but only if you have paid digital service tax, you no need account for imported taxable service on digital. Okay. Then can document be maintained outside Malaysia? Yes, they can keep. The foreign registered person can keep their documents outside Malaysia as long as the record is ready to access when required. Can payment made from a foreign bank account? Yes. Okay. And if they found that the service tax on digital service has been overpaid, they can apply for refund for those SFP. Okay. So towards Malaysia business, so what would going to be their impact? Yes, okay, the cost will increase, especially for those IT service provider. For example, one of our client Boost Order, they are actually providing as SaaS business. Okay, SaaS means that service as a subscription. Okay, SaaS. Okay, so they are actually providing software subscription to their customer, and they actually acquire a lot of services, digital services through foreign suppliers like Google's store and other database and etc. So from January onwards, there will be a cost increase 6% from all the service provider that they are actually he is actually using. Okay, understand? So previously, some people concerned there will be potential double taxation, that they need to pay foreign service tax, digital service tax, and also imported taxable service. But it has been stated in their guideline that it can be it just be either one. Okay, so and it will going to be a fair competitions between local and foreign service provider for digital. So although people might not really go to compare. Okay, and for Malaysia, it's going to be a revenue increase like what I shared this morning. Okay, they are targeting about 2.4 billion a year. Okay, from government point of view. Okay, so make it clear, digital tax means that digital service tax is also a service tax.
So we will be expecting to see they'll be including in the invoice the digital service tax of 6%.
Yes. We'll see the service tax 6% in their invoice.
They will use DST.
Not sure. Okay, so we might be providing service tax registration, digital service tax registration service to foreigner. We might be providing. Okay, not sure. Okay, so just if you guys want to involve, then just can let me know.
I'm just curious how they know there's a new implications in Malaysia.
They have their lawyers, accountants to advise, I believe.
You mean government ah?
No,
Foreign.
those service provider, those small peanut will not know lah. Know so fast but Google, Facebook, those companies they sure know. Okay, that's all the briefing. Thank you.
Because all those big companies, they will have their internal